we have been taking with us, our parents have been taking with us to Europe, America, Canada, wherever you all sit or live. But we don't actually talk with the Iranians and in Iran and the Kurds and the Baluch, blah blah blah. They don't see a Kurd when they study in Tehran. They don't see a Kurd when a Tehrani or Tabrizi come to Sananjas to study. They're like, oh, you eat korma sabzi? We do that too. You know, they actually, because they move so much in Iran because of education, because of we are marrying into each other in Iran. They actually have learned about each other, that these motherfuckers been lying for 44 years.
Man, I love it when you cuss. Oh my God. Oh my
Oh
God.
damn,
I
you
love it
should
when you
see me
cuss.
in Farsi and
Let's
Kurdish
talk about
too.
it.
You know, we say "Khak to sareshun." That means some Iranians get up. How do we translate this?
You know, let me
Dust
give
in your head.
let me give you some Iranian words that I learned back in the day. Right? Are you ready? I'm gonna give you the first one. You ready?
Okay.
Kosenanat.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Let me give you another one. Let me give you another one.
No.
Let me give you
Stop
another
right
one. Let me
there.
give you another one. Hold on.
Somebody mute. Somebody mute.
Hold on. Let me give you the second one. Let me give you the
Somebody
Ain't
second
mute.
one.
no way.
Kill
Ain't
you.
no way,
Let me give
bro.
you the second one. Hold on.
You out of pocket.
I got two. I got two. Okay, so that's the
Okay.
first one. The second one, go skits.
Oh my God! Don't say that. That's really rude. You
So
Yo,
know,
good, so good.
I had
you would
a
have a fight with my
Hey,
dad
bro, don't
saying
talk about
those
the
words.
Kurds like that. Don't talk
yo,
about them.
dude.
Oh,
I
don't
said that to
serious. I will
somebody,
kill your
dude.
motherfucking ass
I said that to
for that.
somebody back in the day because my ex girlfriend when I was in college in London, she was Iranian, right? I said that to an Iranian dude back in the day in England. Yo, I almost got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And in Kurdish we say "Guba Khori Bauke." That means shit in your father's grave.
God
That's
damn.
technically my father always say that when he's angry, and that's a diss to himself. And then he asks you, Basha, that means okay, so you have to respond. So either you respond okay or no. Either way, you will get your ass whooped.
Facts. Let me go to Sean real quick. Sean, what's going on, man? Jump in a conversation, my brother. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the show, do me a favor, retweet the space, retweet it, and let's continue the conversation, man. We're not stopping this anytime soon. So, Sean, let's talk about it.
Thank you, Nelson. So, Nelson, I have a question. Uh, would you say that if a African American, if let's say they go on vacation, do they say that they're African, or do they say that they're African American, or they're American?
American.
Exactly. So, when we're talking about Iran, the further you go back in history, the bigger the country gets. I mean, like all the stands, Afghanistan, Pakistan, like Turkmenistan, Kurdistan, like those were all. And then the further you go back, if you go back like 2,500 years, then it's like pretty much like all of Middle East, all the way to Europe. And so, yeah, so like when we're talking about like who owns what, like we don't usually mention this, but it's like, okay, you can't really do that when it comes to like Iran and Iranians because it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So, anyways, that's not the point. My point is, if you look at the map, I'm from the ethnic group that's like at the, well, she's gone now, but where was it's pointing to the Persian Gulf. I'm from the south. I'm a Bakhtiyari Lord from Ahvaz, well, 30 minutes away from Ahvaz, and
Oh my
so
god,
we're
that's where I
known.
was too. I was born there.
Nice,
Oh
nice,
my
nice.
god.
Bakhtiyari. Nice, great. So I lived there. I grew up there, and then in my early 20s, I even was in Iran for 2 years. That's where I lived. Um, and that's where most of the Iran's natural resources, are, of course, also in the by the Persian Gulf as well, towards the bottom. So we're talking about not only my ethnicity, and we're known to have our lands. We're known to like love our lands. It's like a currency to us. Like I have lands in my own name that I don't even know. Like and like my grandparents have like gifted me, or like my aunt gifted me like 1,000 meters there. I, like, to be honest, it's too much. And so we're known to love our lands, and then if you look at our history, and I don't really want to get into that history, but uh the Mongols couldn't invade us, the Arabs couldn't invade us. I mean, that's something like we're like proud of, because like it was mostly because of geographic, and like we fought because we're like surrounded by mountains. So we're talking about my ethnicity being wiped out. Like, yeah, sure, there's of course Kurds, and I've met many there. Like they work because it's like it's diverse, like especially in the bigger cities, things get diverse. But uh, here's the thing: if they don't get, so if the whole, like, let's say the so-called country of Kurdistan, if it doesn't get to like the Persian Gulf, there's no, it would be a landlocked country, and we've seen landlocked countries being some of the poorest countries. So um and it's very difficult for, especially like, let's, the Kurds in Iran, because they see that, and they know that there's no chance, because us lords, we're pretty, we'll fight. And at the end of the day, if you're a landlocked nation, and not only just that, but like Turkey, in the south, over 80% of the oil wells are in the south, where the Kurds are in Turkey. So it's a big, this is going to be many wars, not just between the countries, but also between the ethnicities. And we saw in 2021, sorry, in 2017, where U.S. pulled out of and from the area. So in terms of weapons, they don't have the manufacturing, they don't have that capability. Yes, they have groups, they have militias, yes, but their capabilities are diminishing. And at the end of the day, if my people, if my ethnicity is going to be losing, like even if it's 100 meters, then we might have to expand in order to make sure that there's a deterrence. Because my ethnicities, us Bakhtiaris, us Lors, we're not going to stand with that. And if you're going to be a landlocked nation, well, good luck with building anything. And we're going to protect every Kurd in Iran, every Kurd, every Iranian Kurd. And this is why this is not going to be an issue. It's the Kurds in Iran will defend themselves, and we will help them, and every ethnicity will help them to defend themselves if there's any kind of invasion from outside. And also, not to mention, since July, there's been a pretty substantial military buildup. So right now there's only two options: the Islamic Republic, along with Turkey and also the Iraqi forces and the militias, are mm, are going to invade them, invade the Kurds in northern Iraq and southern Turkey and northern Syria. But and then also, why is like, when you see some of the non-Iranian Kurds being so hostile and hating Iranians for, and I've seen so many posts, so many comments, like, where when we say like someone is executed, they were Iranian, um that doesn't mean that we're trying to like deny the fact that, deny their identity. It's kind of like when someone is reporting a news, it's an American. If you want diversity, if you want everyone to live together, you cannot differentiate between an African American and a white American. You call them Americans. That's because we all see each other, like Iranians. We saw each other the same. So at the end of the day, um, this is not going to happen, not because of emotional or ethnicity. It's because that would mean Iran and a free democratic Iran would have to give up its natural resources. The South, that's where all the natural oil and gas are. And I'm going to finish off by saying I will fight for the Kurds outside. If they, if they want to have their own country, I will fight for them. I will help them if they want to have. But again, you see, the problem is that, are they going to be okay with just the northern Iraq and southern Turkey and a small landlocked nation? Because if they can't come near Iran, it's going to be all Iranians, regardless of ethnicities, regardless of religion, that's going to be going against them. And a free democratic Iran, good luck trying to get help, because we don't even have to do anything. All we have to do is fortify the borders during the transitional time, because weapons are already there. So check. And just let Turkey, if they try to keep on attacking us, just create a buffer zone.
Just
all
let the
I'm gonna say.
Kurds in Iran take care of that. Don't worry. Can I
Yeah,
say
Yeah.
something
absolutely.
to that, Sean?
Let
You
me
Oh, and
let,
said
also
that you
Shayan,
said
he's
once
yeah, I'm
he's
sorry.
Kurdish in
It's
Iran.
just
Sorry, I
really
was
short.
once
It's really short about something you said about about execution of Kurds, why we demand saying Kurds. It's not about separating ourselves from the majority of Pars, but actually it's not about Iranians. It's about the fact that we need that acknowledgement from Iranians and outside, also internationally, that Kurds have been executed way more just to prove some actions. So when Iranians do something, let's see who we will kill immediately, execute
so
immediately, and
my
then they
question.
use Kurds as examples. They have done it for 44 years. I'm 100%. I say this with all my heart and nothing against you or anything. I demand when I see Roya Heshmati, she's been called Iranian woman. I demand that she will be called Kurdish Iranian because that would not only, but mostly happen to Kurds in Iran. To just show examples, like my mother, my mother's water broke in prison for 144 lashes because she showed her hair 32 years ago, and I was 2 months earlier born because of that. So it's not because we want to separate us, but we demand that because we need to show that, make an acknowledge to move further,
Yeah,
that Kurds
and
have been executed, oppressed harsher than anyone else, with Baluchis and Azeris, of course.
right, right, right.
even look, even
One
like
one
if we're
second,
gonna
Sean.
talk.
One second. Let me get the co-host involved. But real quick, before I go to Goldie, I posted a tweet up top. I want you guys to drop some suggestions as to the next topic we should cover, right? Because I like the fact that we're bouncing to Iran right now. We can go to Syria, Yemen, whatever, right? Just drop a comment underneath that tweet at the very top of the space. Give us your suggestions on the next show. Goldie, let's talk
Also,
about it.
I was just gonna say Shayan X is Kurdish in Iran right now. You can bring him up.
Got it. Got it.
So I'm a Baloch.
Goldie,
Can I have a say?
1 second. Goldie, let's go.
Thank you. So, a couple of things. I've listened to a lot of the Iranian speakers here in other spaces. This is the first time that I'm learning about their ethnicities, and I'll tell you why. It's because when Iranians are in spaces and they're speaking about what's happening in Iran, we don't care what ethnicity you are. Like, we don't ask someone, "Oh, what's your ethnicity? Where are you from?" Like, we're all Iranian first and foremost. So that's the most important thing. I just want to echo what Sean said. Like, I'm Laura Bakhtiari, part Laura Bakhtiari. I was born in Ahvaz. It's a province of Khuzestan. So the same way that when fist to that. So the same way that we talk about Kurdistan in Iran, we're referring to the province of Kurdistan, not Kurdistan as like a country or that map that Eliana had, because that map also had a whole bunch of places, including Khuzestan, which, by the way, like my family ancestry can be, goes back thousands of years. Like we built Avos, we built Shushtar, we built Abadan, all those places, but you don't see the lores uh, going out and creating the separatist movement. In fact, the lores were heavily involved in the Iran-Iraq war as well. I have family members who were killed in the Iran-Iraq war. I have family members who were child soldiers. The IRGC, the Islamic regime in Iran, forced them to be child soldiers, and they would force these children to go out and basically in front of the tanks and blow up the landmines, and they would martyr themselves in order to detonate the landmines so that then the IRGC's militia could go in and fight Saddam. So there's that. With respect to this rift, it's interesting this came up because the space initially started about Iran being an open air prison, and then you had the separatists come in and try to talk about, and kind of take over the narrative. And I think the reason why a lot of Iranians were triggered by that is because we see this happen in a lot of in a lot of their spaces where people come in and they try to control the narrative and take it away from the fact that Iranians right now, for the first time since 1979, are united, and we are all united, regardless of our ethnicity, regardless of our religion, regardless of the language we speak. We're united against the IRGC. We want to get rid of the IRGC so that we could all be free. We love our heritage. We love our culture. We love our history. I love learning about the different cultures in Iran, whether it's the Kurds, the Baluch, the Lord, the Azerbaijani, everything. It's so beautiful, and that's what makes Iran such a beautiful and unique country. Nelson, did you know that we have Iranians that are darker than you? We have Iranians that are with their skin
What?
that are 100%. We have Afro Iranians. We have
Damn.
Afro. Oh yeah, we have Afro Iranians. They speak fully Iranian. I'll DM you some photos. I've posted about it before. We have Iranians that are whiter than Kate Blanchett.
That's me.
Every there you go. There you go. Right? Like we have Iranians with blonde hair and blue eyes. We have Iranians with black skin and dreadlocks, and everything in between that you can think of, because we are so diverse. But what unites us is our national identity. And the borders of Iran currently is pretty much unchanged since the 600s. So after, pretty much it would have been with sort of the Muslim conquest from the Arab Caliphate in the 600s. They managed to divide modern day Iran and Iraq and sort of everything in between. But the current boundaries, the current borders of modern day Iran has pretty much been unchanged for like 1500 years. So again, like this talk about separatism, it's a divide and conquer strategy that's been used by the IRGC to pit Iranians against each other. And when we want to talk about people that are persecuted under the Islamic regime in Iran, Kurds are one of them, the Baluch are one of them, but there's also religious minorities like the Baha'is. The Baha'is are the most persecuted religion inside of Iran, the Baha'i people. You want to talk about the LGBTQ community, one of the most persecuted groups inside of Iran. You want to talk about war crimes or crimes against humanity? Just look at the LGBTQ. There's a reason why in a lot of our free Iran rallies and demonstrations around the world, you also see people carrying the rainbow flag. Because when we are talking about freedom and democracy inside of Iran, we are talking about human rights for everyone. So I'm just going to land my plane there, but happy to answer any questions or jump in at any time. Thank you.
Man, this space is dope, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm loving this space. I didn't think I was gonna, love this space like I currently am. I just threw the title up there and see what happens. But I mean, this space turned out much better than I thought it was going to. Right. So I think it's gonna be really dope for us to, just throw on just topics on different countries around the world and just get a better understanding from people that are actually from there. You know what I mean? So I really do appreciate, Goldie and just every single one of you guys from Iran, even the Kurds jumping in on the stage and just lighting up the popcorn. I mean, this was a great space, man. And by the way, if you enjoyed the space, drop a fire emoji in the chat right now. Drop a fire emoji in the chat right now or underneath that tweet that I pinned up top if you enjoyed the space as well. But we're going to keep this going for maybe the next 30 minutes to an hour, and then we'll land. So again, let me know what you want us to discuss next. You want us to go to South Africa? You want us to go to Yemen? Whatever, right? Drop a comment, let me know, and we'll definitely talk about it. But let me go to Mr. Sarjov. Let's talk about it, man. What's up?
Okay, I am from Balochistan. I wanted to talk about Balochistan. Thank
What?
you for giving me this opportunity.
I
am from Balochistan. I'm a Baluch.
Balochistan. Where's that?
It's a province. It's a province in the southeastern.
It is not a province, madam. Allow me. Madam, allow me to
Iranians
talk on my behalf.
For their slaves?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
speak for myself. I'm not.
Yeah, but Sarjov, just
There.
1 second. Just 1 second, my brother. Just calm down a minute, man. I mean, man, bring out the popcorn. Okay, so Sarjov, Baluchistan, what and where is it?
Balochistan, it is a country between Iran, Pakistan, and Afghanistan.
It's a
So
country.
if it is a country, Iranian occupied the Balochistan, the western part of Balochistan in 1928.
Okay, so
As
let me get this straight. Let me get, just I'll toss you the mic to flow as long as you want to flow, but just give
yeah,
me a minute. Let me understand this, right? So, Baluchistan was a country in the 1900s. Is that what you're saying? This was a country.
1928, one part of it, which is we call it Western Balochistan,
Uh huh.
and there was another part which is eastern part of Balochistan.
But was this like an
It
actual recognized country? Like, did you
Yeah,
have a passport?
in a 1947,
Uh huh.
eastern part of Balochistan declared independent from the British, and the
Okay,
document
so
and
do you have
everything
a
they are there.
do you have a passport? Do you have a military? Do you have an airport,
We have
international airport?
everything. In 1920,
Okay.
1948, Pakistan invaded that
Uh huh.
part of Balochistan.
Okay, so this is the real deal. This isn't no Palestine
This is a
shit.
real deal. It's not
No, it
bullshit. I'm
is. It is,
telling you.
Nelson.
Oh, it is some Palestine shit.
Yeah, bro. This country doesn't
Oh,
exist.
Oh
definitely.
shit. Okay.
So,
Sarjov, break
okay.
it down, man. Let's talk about it.
So yes, and then the eastern part of, I mean, the western part of Balochistan, I just quote that this General Jahanbani. I think there's XERXES. He knows about him. Probably he is related to him. I'm not sure, but he knows. When he invaded Balochistan in 1928, he's quoted, is in his book, it's still there. He said, Baloch hate us because we invaded their country and we
I
killed
do not
their
make
we
you misquote a hero of my country. And
hello.
Sarjov, go ahead. Decado, calm
Yeah,
down, my brother. Go
yes,
ahead.
I mean that's that is Colonel Johan Bani, whatever he was. So he wrote in his book, and his book is still available, and if you google it, you can find it in Farsi as well. That same word, he said Baluch or hate us because we invaded their country. And then and move on. Baloch have no share culture with non-Iranian, none of them. And there is a desert between 700
how the hell
kilometers.
are you talking for the people of?
Decado, I mean, brother,
Yeah,
you already know the rules, man. Calm down.
yeah.
Go
Listen,
ahead.
Yes,
I've
there
been
is
here for
a
3 hours. I haven't gotten a mic, and these people are saying bullshit.
I got you next. You can light
Anything
his.
to prevent him
Listen,
from speaking, right?
listen, bro. You can send that boy to goddamn Baluchistan when I toss you the mic. You know what I'm saying? Just let him finish, and you can light his ass up. Okay, Mister Sarjov, go ahead.
thank you. And then there is a desert between Iran, and there is a one thing in common between Iranian and Baloch, or Persian, which they used to call it, and Baloch. It is a war and hatred. We in near really we don't like each other. I mean, this is a historical fact. The only time they have force, they invaded us, and we are still waiting to defeat them back. In 1712, Baloch and Pashtun together, we destroyed the Safawan dynasty. And somebody was telling about a map of Iran, map of Zandia. Even the Bandar Abbas was not part of the Persia. The map of Look at the map of Safawan, Baluchistan. Even the Bandar Abbas was not part of the Safavian. This nation building, state building, this bullshit, which is Oriental people imposed on Persia, and the Persian themselves, they don't know where is their border, and they don't know about their history. They just pile up junk of bullshit and then claiming 2,500, I don't know, God's know how many more years sovereignty over other people land. Baloch is a nation. Baloch have right of self-determination. and then that's what modern people want. Baloch
Right,
is a
right,
nation, and nation
right,
have right of self-determination.
right, right, right,
And
right,
then the Baloch are the most persecuted people in Iran. They are more persecuted than Baha'i religion.
right,
Baloch
right,
have less than 5 million population, and then they make up biggest people who has been persecuted.
right,
This is
right.
a fact. You check this fact. One
Okay, cool.
the last point I would like to say, there is
10
a
seconds,
village
10
in
seconds,
Zahedan. Yeah, there is
10
a
seconds.
village in Zahedan, and that in that village, even the Iranian Information Ministry or Deputy Prime President accepted they have persecuted all the man. The village, you imagine, without the man, all the men, adult men, has been persecuted. It article is still available in a Guardian. It's only written some times ago. So we don't have nothing in common. The Baloch aspire for the independent Balochistan. That is, we believe it is our right. And with the Kurd, I believe we can defeat this Shia empire once and for all. And then with the Arab and does all these people together,
Got
this
it, got it,
state
got it.
has to be
Appreciate you, my
Hey,
brother.
that
disintegrated.
was the longest 10 seconds in the world,
I
Nelson.
mean, bro, more like 100 seconds, but it's all good. Mr. Sarjov, I mean, okay, cool. You know what? You know what? I got an idea. Here's what we're gonna do for everybody on the stage right now. Okay, I'm gonna start with you, Xerxes. Xerxes, and for everybody else that I call on, I just need one answer. Quick, boom, 2 seconds. Xerxes, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit came out of that brother's mouth?
All of it.
Okay, Johnny, scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit?
He says he's from Balochistan, but he's.
Come on, guys. I said one answer. Quick,
I was going
boom.
to say Balochistan, but it's a whole load of bullshitistan.
Damn. God damn. Fuck. All right. Gino, scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit?
You know, I don't curse because I'm a good
Man, you
Iranian
cursed
and
like 100
Kurdish
times in here.
woman.
Give me a goddamn number.
No, listen.
Oh, hell no.
Maybe,
Okay. We going to
maybe.
Decado. Oh, we're going to Decado. Okay. Decado, scale of 1 to 10, where we at?
1 fucking billion. That was utter bullshit.
Okay, there we go. There we
Wow.
go. Sean, scale of 1 to 10, where we at?
There's
We
no
have an
scale for that.
IRGC, I would say.
Okay, there we go. Benjamin, scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit?
That was truth. And you
Okay.
should let more Baluch speakers speak.
Okay, my brother. All right. Atravan. Scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit? You know what? Go to the audience, man. You're not ready. Let me replace you. As here. Scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit?
Very little, to be honest. Very little.
Very little
If you let
bullshit.
me speak, I've been waiting for so long.
Shortly. Gula.
Listen, I was
Man, mute your goddamn mic. Gula, how much bullshit? Scale of 1 to 10.
Whatever he revealed, completely true. Completely
Completely
yes.
true. There we go. All right. Goldie, wrap it up for us, man. Scale of 1 to 10, how much bullshit?
Well, I think the answer is very clear, given the people who are speaking are not from Iran, who agree with
What?
him. So there you go. They're not from Iran. Ghulam's not from
What?
Iran. Sarjav's not from Iran. Hajir's not from Iran. Benjamin's not from
Damn.
Iran. So there you go. There's the
God
answer.
damn.
We know
Okay,
what our
so
Baluch think.
so Goldie, what is Baluch? Give me the play. What's the deal?
So it's a province. Sistan and Baluchistan is a province in the
No,
southwestern
no.
corner of Iran. Don't interrupt me when I'm
Our homeland
speaking,
is not
Ghulam.
our.
Not
Don't
me,
interrupt me
my
when I'm
brother.
speaking, Ghulam. You're not even Iranian. You can look on the map. It's a province in the
Baloch, yes, I'm a Baloch.
southwestern. Okay, yeah. Are you Iranian? Do you live inside
I
Iran?
don't even know what the fuck a Baluch is, but let's get one mic on Goldie.
It's another ethnic minority inside of Iran, just like the Kurds, just like the Lor Bakhtiari, like
They
me,
attacked an
just like the
IRGC outpost a couple
Turkmenistan.
of days ago.
Not the ones inside of Iran. They're speaking about the Baluch that
IRGC
are
outposts are
outside.
in Iran.
I'm speaking about the ones who attacked them are the ones outside of Iran. The Baluch inside of Iran do not really have weapons or militia because just like many Iranians,
No, you are
just like don't
completely
interrupt me when
against.
I'm speaking. Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. I'm explaining something. You asked me a question. I'm answering. So the way that the Kurds and the Baluch and even the Lor Bakhtiari get their weapons is from outside of Iran, right? So it's basically through the black market. That's how it works. And this isn't a judgment. This is actually, the way that they defend themselves. But when you speak about, people like Decado or Sean or Cheyenne or, anyone else who's inside of Iran fighting against the IRGC, they don't have weapons. They don't have militias. They're civilians who are fighting against the IRGC. So the Baluch inside of Iran who are fighting against the IRGC, they are not separatists. There is no one inside of Iran who wants to be a separatist. That we are all fighting the same enemy, the Islamic regime in Iran, because we all want to be free. We all want to live in a free and democratic country, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of religion, regardless of language, regardless of culture. It's interesting that you have these people that are not Iranian, who are separatists, who are coming in and trying to dominate the conversation and try to claim that they are a separatist movement, and they're really not. So very interesting. I mean, I can tell from your names and your accents that you're from Pakistan. I mean, good for you. I know that the Baluch in Pakistan are definitely targeted 100%, just like the IRGC targets the Baluch in Iran. But don't bring your separatist narrative to Iran, because there's no separatist discussion happening inside Iran, and it's always very interesting and quite frankly fascinating to me to see people with no connection to Iran coming in and trying to take over and to just bring the separatist narrative and ideology when it's not even something like this is non sequitur for Iranians. We don't even speak about separatism. We don't even ask people like where they're from. Nelson, here's an interesting thing. So when Mahsa Amini was murdered, the Mahsa Jina Amini, by the way, and everything that Gino said is correct in terms of the name. The Islamic regime in Iran does not allow ethnic minorities to name their children in their own language, right? Like they don't even allow Iranians to name their children ancient Iranian names. Like all names have to be like Arabic, like they have to be like Ali or Maryam or Muhammad or Zainab or Fatima or whatever. So it's not just for the ethnic minorities; it's for everyone. First of all, and they just do that because they want to try to erase our culture and history. But Iranians of all ethnicities in all parts of the country are fighting back, and we all support each other. Now think about this, Nelson. Mahsa Jina Amini was brutally executed by the Islamic regime in Iran, okay? Why is it then that the entire country is rising up? Why is it that people all around the country, regardless of ethnicity, regardless of gender, regardless of religion, regardless of culture, are rising up and risking their lives? You want to talk about an Iranian hero who lost his life to the IRGC because of Mahsa Amini? Khoda Nur Lajai. He was from Balochistan, 27-year-old man. I still cry for him every day. He was my brother. Think of Mohsen Shekari. He was an Iranian in Tehran. I think the first Iranian to be officially hanged. He wasn't Kurd. He wasn't Lor. He wasn't Baluch. He was Iranian, because when the IRGC kills one of us, they kill all of us. They attack all of us, and all of our hearts bleed for everyone. And that's why we are united. And that is why when these people who are not inside of Iran come and bring the separatist narrative, it really upsets us, because it diminishes the sacrifices that every single Iranian has made for their country. And I'll land my plane there.
There we go. There we go.
You made me cry, Goldie.
Can I
Damn.
talk now, Nelson?
Beautiful.
Somebody get her a teddy bear and some tissue, man. She crying all over the goddamn
I love
place.
you, Gino.
Sorry, needs to say
you guys gonna let the
something to
Baluch
you.
guys speak?
Well, what do you say, Benjamin?
I
was
said,
just wondering
if you think
you're
I'm
gonna
not
let the
Iranian,
Baluch guys speak.
Are we gonna let the
talk-
Baluch guys? Is that what you said?
They were accused of dominating.
Benjamin,
the
you're from Athens,
conversation,
Kurdistan.
Middle East, Texas. Get it right.
You're from Middle East, Texas. Is that
Look,
correct?
he wants to free Nashville and make it Kurdistan. I don't believe in this.
Here's the deal, Nelson. These people, they think that Americans and coalition forces give a shit about the territorial integrity.
I think
of the
now
IRGC.
I can talk. Jonathan, are you talking?
No,
because I don't have your voice.
Cheyenne, 1 second.
Nobody gives a shit about the territorial integrity of the IRGC. I stand with the Baluch. I stand with the Kurds, and I'm going to keep standing with them. Just like you guys are going to keep trying to silence them, keep interrupting them, keep accusing them, keep denying the atrocities of the regime being committed by the very regime that you claim to be
Don't
against.
Kurdistan my Nashville.
Man, 100% sounds like some Palestine shit. But
we're not denying anything.
Let me
we're
go
bringing
to.
light to this.
And it's been
We're
3 hours. May I
light to
speak
this.
now, please?
One second, everybody. Let me get one mic real quick. Let me go to Hazir. Hazir, my brother.
Hajir, hi. Thank you for
Hazir.
the space. Yeah. So I think the title of the space is Kurdish Rift with Iranians, and I want to talk about that right away. And just to be clear, I was born in Kurdistan, in the part of Kurdistan which is in Iran's geography. We call it the east of Kurdistan or Roshalat. I was raised there. I went to college there. Unlike what Goldie said that I wasn't there or I'm not from there. I'm from another country. No, I will start with a quick background about the Kurdish rift with Iranians. I think the majority of the issues started in 1930s when the modern nation state of Iran was established by Reza Shah. Okay, at the time they started saying one nation, one language, which is Persian as an official language, and one flag, and the rest of the nations who live in Iran's geography, they were denied the right to study in their own language or learn their own language. And right after that, there were a few uprisings from the Kurds. Sumko Shekkak in Urmia, he fought with the government forces. He was tricked and then killed by Reza Shah. After that, Qazi Muhammad started again the same issue. And even in 1979, the Kurdish political parties they fought with Islamic government just to gain the right for the Kurds, but none of them happened. And this problem is not the issue of the type of the government, whether it is Islamic Republic or it's the Pahlavi monarchy. It's been the same. The discrimination against the Kurds existed at the time of Pahlavi. Even right now, if you go to Kurdistan, travel there, every half an hour you see a big military base, you see checkpoints. The governors of the provinces, of the Kurdish provinces, are not from Kurdistan. The judiciary officials are not Kurds. The military commanders are not Kurds. It's a total occupation, honestly, to be honest. And just denying this and ignoring this doesn't solve anything. What I've seen in this space, it just ignore, there is no issue. We are all Kurds. I don't know. There are Kurds like Gino who come here who talk. Yeah, we have those type of Kurds who want to stay to Iran with Iran, but someone like Gino cannot take the right of all the courts of our nation for self-determination and independence.
I'm so
I hope.
tired of you pieces of shit liars lying about
No,
my
no,
country here.
no.
I'm talking.
Oh yeah, IRGC, they're the good
Nelson is
guys, right?
interrupting
These are
me.
just a bunch of comments.
Hey guys, let me get one mic on Hazir. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Hazir, jump in. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay. That
That was a glitch. Just try to unmute. It's a Twitter thing, but try to unmute.
okay. So that's the issue. If we want to talk about Iran, the simplest thing, I'll ask Goldie, are you okay, or in your opinion, should the Kurds or the Baluchs have the right to study in their own language or not? I'm asking this question because he's co-asked. 100%. 100%. The IRGC is the one that is preventing us from learning in our own language. Now, Iran, like Farsi is the national language of Iran. It always has been, right? That's the official language. Everyone speaks, reads, and writes Farsi. Now, why is the fact that Arabic is the second official language in the inside of the IRGC after 1979? Why can it not be the different languages and ethnicities? I'm Dore Bakhtiyari, right? My family speaks Shushtari, Desfuli. Do I speak it perfectly? No. Do I understand it? Mostly. But yes, I 100%, just like every single Iranian here, 100% believes that every culture should have, should have the right to learn in their own language as well. Now, that would be aside from the national language, because the national language is Farsi, as we call it. But
There should be opportunities to learn the language of your culture, ethnicity. Why not? We love that. We want that. We want to preserve our culture. We want to preserve our heritage. We want to preserve our traditions. That's what makes Iran such a beautiful country. Look at Shambhazadeh. Shambhazadeh is a black Iranian. He is one of the most famous Iranian artists. He like his art and his singing is in like traditional Bandari from Bandar Abbas. We love that. We celebrate that. Look at all of the other cultural and ethnic artists and groups out there. We love our culture and our tradition, and we want to preserve it. It's the IRGC that's trying to erase our history. It's the IRGC that's trying to prevent us from celebrating
Sorry,
our
Goldie.
thousand-year-old
Sorry,
celebrations like Nowruz and Yalda and
sorry,
Kirgan and Mehregan.
Goldie. It's not only IRGC. There are many Persians abroad in diaspora that are denying that right, that are against that right. Okay, that was a very
Who?
simple things I told you.
Who? I've never heard that before. Who said that people can't learn their own native language? I haven't heard anyone say that.
If you go to
Can
Twitter
I say
spaces,
that
even
in
the
on
English
fact?
one.
Can I say that
Um,
she's not telling the truth?
go
You
ahead,
think
bro.
you think I'm lying?
Yes, you are.
Go
Oh,
ahead,
The
okay.
bro.
Iran,
How am I lying?
hang
No,
on, hang
How
no.
am
on,
I
hang on,
lying?
hang on, hang
Please.
on. Yes,
Are
let
you
me.
Iranian? Are you Iranian?
Goldie, let
آره
him go.
من
Let him
ایرانی
go.
هستم. ایرانی هستم، با شما فارسی دارم صحبتم میکنم.
نه داری
بلوچ
فارسی
هستم،
با
ایرانی
لهجه صحبت
هستم.
میکنی. منم ایرانی هستم، خوب بلدم
خب
فارسی
من
صحبت
بلوچم
بکنم.
No,
هستم،
no,
لهجه
it's not.
بلوچی دارم.
Sorry.
Man, goddamn, listen. Goldie basically just said, shut the fuck up, Sarjov. I am Iranian. Shit, that's my translation. All right, Sarjov, go ahead.
Yes, we have in Iran, Iranian second language at the time of the Shah was Arabic as well. So don't tell me this is started in 1979.
Bullshit.
Hang on, listen. I've been in a school in Iran. I schooled at the Shah time. As you don't believe me, I'm Iranian. I'm born in Iran, and I have Iranian identity, and I was trained to be teacher in Iran. I end up in a prison of the Revolutionary Guard prison. Don't tell me that I'm not born in Iran or I'm not Iranian. I'm ashamed to be Iranian. I'm not proud to be Iranian. So make that one clear. But
از پست
Iran is
سنت راجع به کشور من حرف نزن.
Anything
okay.
to
Yeah, if
prevent the
you're
Iran is
Baluch
ashamed
a
to
from
be
speaking
Iranian,
English.
Iran
then
is
just
a
give up
one
your
Goldie,
nation.
passport.
Goldie,
Hang
mute
on.
out, mute out, mute out, mute out. Sarjov, go ahead. Go ahead. Unmute your mic, brother. Unmute your mic, man. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, could you please allow me to finish this statement?
You,
Iran,
you 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
okay. Iran in a constitutionally one state, one language, one country. Iran do not recognize Kurd, Baloch, Turk, Arab, Turkmen, and every other nationality. They do not recognize them. These people are just
Just
in
like
here.
That's the
99% of countries,
regime.
just
That's
like
the
France.
Yo, guys, you gotta chill, man. I mean,
but Nelson,
chill.
it's
No,
the
stop
regime
interrupting.
And
No,
you
no, no.
think
You
these
gotta
people want to
stop.
about.
be a part of the same country as you?
All right, listen. Okay.
Just like America. America only allows
Yo,
one.
Cheyenne, bro, I will kick you to the fucking goo, bro. Like real talk. Okay. Mute out. Raise your hands if you want to speak. All right, Sarjov, go ahead. 20 seconds left.
Okay, the Persian in Iran, they are only less than 27% of the population. They dominate the state, they impose their language, and they think they have more right than every other nation. Guys, you have to give up to the other nationality or other they kick your ass, and this country is not holy, it's not created by God. The state made by the people, and people have a right to make them and to disintegrate them, and we Baluch determined to do that. Thank you.
Wait, so hold on. The
Goldie.
Islamic Republic is Persian?
Guys, let me get one mic on Goldie, please. Goldie, jump in.
Sorry,
Goldie, can I
Yeah,
respond
sorry,
for fuck's sake?
double tap
Because I'm
mic
fucking
thing.
asleep.
Sorry?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I really want to take it to Cheyenne and Decado, but I just want to say very quickly, Nelson. I think this is a very good example of a separatist who is, has an agenda, has a goal, And let's be very clear. First of all, I would say about 49 to 50% of, if not more, of the population inside of Iran
Nelson,
is
first of all, we
Persian.
are not separatists. We want
Don't
our country back.
Bro, stop interrupting, man. I mean, you guys are crazy.
They've also never had a country, right? So again, the current borders of Iran, of modern day Iran, go back thousands of years. And just like Sean was saying earlier, the farther back you go, the bigger those borders get, right? So there's never been a country of
Expansionism
Baluchistan.
does not justify.
And the farther in the future they go,
Go ahead, Goldie.
There's never been a country of Baluchistan. There's never been a country of Kurdistan.
There have been.
Bro. Listen, if that happens one more time from anybody, you are going to the audience, never getting back on stage.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, shut the fuck up. Okay? Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Goldie, let's go.
He brings shame to Khodar Nur Lajai's memory. Bisharaf. Vagan bisharafi. Vagan bisharafi. You're very dishonorable. You bring shame to every single Baluch who has fought and died for freedom alongside every single Iranians. The main city, don't interrupt me when I'm speaking. Don't interrupt me. Do not interrupt me when I'm speaking. Nelson, there's a city inside of the province of Baluchistan, the main city called Zahedan. And there's a chant, and it's been repeated before, but I'll repeat it again. Even inside of Zahedan, the Baluch people are chanting, from Zahedan to Tehran, my life for Iran. That's a chant that people, not just inside Baluchistan, but around the world, we are chanting because we are united. It is unfortunate that you have these separatists who come up here and try to dominate the narrative. But as Iranians, we are united and we are one. And, all I can say is just these people bring shame to every single Iranian, regardless of ethnicity or culture or language, who has lost their lives fighting for freedom and democracy. I'd love to take it to, I know Cheyenne is a Kurd. Ducato, I know, wants to speak. They're both inside of Iran, so I'm sure they have more to say on this.
Sorry, I
But
didn't
it's up to you.
finish. I have 2-3 minutes to say, if you let me.
3 minutes? No, 30 seconds. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. Goldie mentioned about the sayings on the streets and from, I don't know, Baluchistan to Tehran, Jan and Fadai, Zahedan. Okay. In Kurdistan, I can send you, Goldie, many videos. The people, they only say the name of Kurdistan, really. I would say 90% of them.
No,
you cannot
that's not
find
true.
any single video that they mentioned Iran. Any single video from Kurdistan.
I'll send it to you. Don't worry.
I hope it's not from Manuto because they're
No, it's not. It's from my family. It's from my family, from Sanandaj, Mariwan, Mahabat, Bana, Bokan. It's ridiculous to say that.
No,
because
there is no.
It started in Sakhez, Azizam. It started
no,
in Sakhez.
It started, but what you're saying is the view.
When Gina was to Gina's funeral, that was a Kurdish woman who said that. It started there. Let's have facts in places. It's not something
they didn't mention Iran. They mentioned Kurdistan. And what you're saying is the view the view of your political party, which is Komala Party of Iran. They are selling Kurdistan.
What is selling Kurdistan? It's never been about separating Kurdistan. It's been Komala is only for to increase Kurdish human rights in Iran.
No, they are leftists. They want to free the workers all around the world. They don't care about Kurdistan.
You should, I think some of these people are from Islamic Republic of Iran because they are repeating their languages, their words.
You guys are the only ones defending the territorial integrity of the IGC.
Let me get one mic on Cheyenne. Cheyenne, jump in. Let's go. I'll meet your mic. Cheyenne, I'll meet your mic, brother. Let's go. Going once. Going twice. 3 times. Okay. Let me go to Xerxes. Yeah. Tap in. Let's go.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to the couple of
earlier conversation mentioned about Kurdistan. Yeah, I think this is, I think you guys notice it. We all notice it. This idea of getting us involved, the U.S. involved, putting the region, setting it on fire by going to war with Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran. Like this is just ridiculous. So I think they really they need to have some introspection before they come into these spaces and start pitching these ideas to Americans who frankly don't want to deal with this kind of stuff. The other thing I mentioned earlier, the lady that was talking about Assyrians in quote unquote greater Kurdistan. Yeah, you guys do replace them. 150,000 of them from the Nineveh Plains, from other areas. You guys relocate them. And those are the like the same argument you guys are making to have your own country. They make the argument and point to you as the oppressors. But of course, you're going to paint a pretty picture for people here. I'm gonna keep it short. Benjamin mentioned earlier that Nashville is like a sister city of Kurdistan. Do not Kurdistan my America, okay? Don't bring that bullshit here. Keep that in the Photoshop documents you have. I'm calling on two things. I want you non-Iranians that are Kurds from Turkey and Iraq, you can talk about it on your own stuff. Stop coming in and hijacking our conversation, our unity to make it about you. And the second thing I'm calling for is for Benjamin to be banned from Photoshop until we figure out what the fuck is going on.
God damn. Okay.
Hey, Nelson, can I tell you the difference between Palestinians and Kurds?
Let's talk about it.
The Kurdish Peshmerga is armed with U.S. weapons and trained by U.S. Special Forces. The Palestinians cannot say the same. Who in the Free Iran movement is armed with U.S. weapons and trained by U.S. Special Forces?
No one, because they're civilians. What kind of a ridiculous question is that? You want the 15, 16-year-old teenager or the, 30-year-old shoemaker or tradesman to be armed?
America has been standing with the Kurds, and we will continue to stand with the Kurds.
How can you even think that America smuggles arms inside of Iran? Like, are you insane? Are you insane to think that America smuggles arms inside of Iran to arm regular civilians? What are you even talking about?
The arsenal of the Peshmerga. It's all U.S. weapons except for the German G-36.
And where do you think they get them from? Where do you think they get them from? It's smuggled,
the
US. And then they smuggle it across the border inside of Iran because they're at the border. What a ridiculous question! What if that's like the most ridiculous question I've ever heard. Yeah, Gino, go ahead. You'll know more about this.
Really short. Actually, me and a very famous Iranian rapper, I guess you know who that I'm talking about. I just don't want to say the name. We actually sponsored a lot of weapon from it's a U.S. weapon from the Kurdish Iranian party. We smuggled a lot of weapons from Urumia, which is North Iran, close to the Iraqi Kurdistan region, and send it to Tehran, Zahedan, just for some of the civilians to protect themselves. That's it. And I know that's for a fact because I paid for some of it. So it's just to say, no, not all civilians, and very few have been lucky to have that, because otherwise they would have been killed by themselves. We've seen videos from the street that people just been shot. So some of them have weapons, but I wish that would be all of them. But it's actually a little bit true when they say some of Iranians and Kurds and Baluch and Azeri in Tehran have weapons, but it's really few. I wish there were more, but of course not as how he tells it. میدونی چی میگم؟ اینجوری نیست که همه دارن.
I don't know, 100% I understand. And even like the Lord Bakhtiari they have. Also Iranian Arabs. Iranian Arabs have it as well.
Oh, I don't know.
May I interrupt here?
No, I know Iranian Arabs have arms as well. So the challenge with not using the weapons that they have is because they know that they don't have enough. They also know that the IRGC is the most powerful army in the Middle East, has the largest number of weapons, and they have no hesitation to attack them. We all know that when things get really bad inside of Iran, the IRGC will bring in its proxies. They will bring in Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, ISIS, to join IRGC militia in executing Iranians. We all know they do that. They know they do that as well. And so that's the challenge with, okay, we have, some of them have arms, but not all. And so when do you bring it out? Because if you know you bring it out, but you're going to just make things worse, and then they come out in full force and execute everyone, right? That's the challenge. That's the problem, unfortunately, for Iranians who are fighting for peace and democracy against the IRGC.
No,
And that's
absolutely.
exactly why Como
One second. I want to go to I am Kurdistan, and then I want to go to Dakota. Meet you, Mike, please. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. And then I want to go to Dakota right after that. Okay, so
Okay, thank you, Nelson. Thank
I
you.
mean, you guys are more stubborn than my Palestinian audience that's always debating on my stage. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, this is probably the hardest stage I've had to moderate in the past maybe 2 months. Okay, I mean, you motherfuckers are crazy. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I just got to give it to you real. You got a lot of crazy motherfuckers over here, right? So I deserve a goddamn award for moderating this shit, honestly, man. So anyways, for those of you guys in the audience, listen, we will definitely be doing an Iranian and Kurdish space. I'm going to just let you know that right now, okay? Because this...
Don't forget the Baluch.
Man, don't forget your Photoshop. Anyways, so, we're definitely going to be doing this space. So I want to encourage those of you guys in the audience, especially those of you guys that have been trying to get on stage, make sure you are following, okay? Make sure you hit the follow button. Most importantly, make sure you turn notifications for my tweets on to always. So when I announce that goddamn space, you are one of the first to get in here, you lock in, and you're ready to roll. So I have a feeling that Iranian Kurdish space is going to be off the yin yang. Okay, so I'm just letting you guys know that right now. We're definitely going to be doing it, and it might be tomorrow. Okay, and that being said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. There we go. I'm Kurdistan. Jump in.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Thank you very much. Yeah, this conflict is actually very, very difficult to address. And I think you know that for this space. First of all, please stop letting people here to spread misinformation. Every single day, IRGC is killing Kurds and Baluchs with the idea of they are smuggling guns to Iran. This is damn not true. I have been raised in Kurdistan. I've lived there. There is no gun there, even for defense of themselves. And this is a damn. I'm so surprised that people are talking here this bullshit, and the IRGC is using actually these ideas for execution of Kurds, for shooting innocent people. I'm just so now actually out of my mind, because I wasn't prepared for actually listening such bullshit lies here. Anyway, at the same time, Gino was saying that in the Gina's funeral, the day that actually Xinjiang Azadi revolution started, people called for Iran. No, it's not correct. Actually, one of the main things that people called was the occupier of Kurdistan. You are the murderer of our daughter Gina. This was one of the
Ma'am,
main
please
things.
provide videos.
It's
Ma'am, please provide
of course,
videos.
definitely.
You
Let
can't
me
resist
tell it in
silence him.
Kurdish.
You gotta silence him.
Guys, let it finish.
It says اشغالگر ایرانی قاتل ژینای مایی داگیرکاری ایرانی قتل ژینا
That's
منی.
not true.
Videos are
Well, even
available.
if that's true,
I ask my
that
friends
is
to send. I ask my friends to send it. Videos are available right now. Just in a few minutes, I will send it to this chat room, and you can see. But you shouldn't ignore it. But be there enough. be brave enough to not actually ignore it, because you have media, you censor our voices, you censor our voices. The main media doesn't want to know about this conflict. This conflict exists. The nation state in Iran is actually occupied by Persians. Persians wants to completely assimilate other non-Persian nations. They want to occupy our lands. This has been gone for like 100 years. It's not something about IRGC. It's way more older conflict than that. Goldie, you are just here spreading completely misinformation, and you are
I'm Laura
talking,
Bakhtiari.
you are
I'm Laura
not someone, please,
Bakhtiari.
just a sec,
I'm Laura
as a
Why
Bakhtiari.
do
as
you
a
have to
The
man,
interrupt her?
IRGC has
as
had a very terrible
just a
time
sec,
making my family
just a sec,
assimilate.
just a sec, you cannot talk about my life, you cannot talk about my experiences. I've lived in that country as a Kurd, I've lived there as a minority, I've lived there as as a part of an occupied nation. I've lived discrimination, I've lived fascism. You cannot ignore this. You cannot, with your populism, actually sentences, we are all the same, we want the same for each other. Damn it. All the maps in Iran, you could say, poverty, discrimination, everything, the border of Iran, which is all non-Persian people, they are all living in terrible poverty. And the central of Iran, which is lands of Persians, is full of money, full of factories, full of wealth. They are studying, they are living their mother language. Our mother language are in the danger of extinction, and we fight for existence. We fight for existence, and you cannot ignore this fight. This is actually the very start. Our nation is fighting for our right. We are fighting for our right of self-determination, and you can never ever stop us.
I
Just
have a question
Nelson, can
for
I
you.
quickly reply,
No,
please?
wait, sorry. No, I have a question. I have a
Goldie, if
question.
you allow me to
No,
speak, please.
Munitor, I have a question. I have a question. So, I am Kurd. I'm Laura Bakhtiari. I'm from Khuzestan. My family, I'm indigenous to that land. My family traces back there 2,000, 3,000 years, to the Elamites even, like before. So what gives you the right to include my indigenous land as a Laura Bakhtiari in your quote unquote map of the non-existent Kurdistan? What gives you the right to take over Khuzestan, which is my native land? I'm indigenous to that land. My family is indigenous to that land. What gives you the right as a Kurd to include Khuzestan in your map of
we
theoretical
are not
Kurdistan?
talking about maps. Actually, Lord people have their right to self-determination themselves also.
Yeah, so
As the
keep my land
Kurds,
out of it because
I've
my land is
never
part of
talked
Iran
about
and I'm a
your
proud
land,
Iranian.
Goldie. I've never talked about Lord people. I'm here to talk Kurd people. You are here mislead. You are
Nelson,
here
please allow me to
changing
speak.
my speech. I'm talking about
Hey
Kurdistan
man,
from
Nelson,
Kurd
please.
side,
let,
whatever
let,
Kurd,
let me
I'm
and
jump
gonna
in
be
here real quick.
quick.
I
I'm
also
gonna be really
actually
quick.
1 second. God damn. Oh my God. I deserve an award for moderating this show. I swear to God. I deserve a fucking award. Yo. Man. Okay. Check this out. I'm gonna run this space again tomorrow. Okay. The topic itself is going to be hyper focused on Iran, Kurdistan, and what's the name of the other one?
Baluchistan.
There we go. That stuff. Okay. We're going to do all three tomorrow. For every single one of you guys in this space right now that want to get involved in that debate, that want to be there, once again, make sure you're following right now. Make sure you have your notifications on my tweets to always right now. Double check, triple check, quadruple check, because you know how tough it is to get people on stage once the show already starts, right? You got to get here immediately. Raise your hand. I'll bring you on stage. First person speaking tomorrow is Decado. Decado, if you're here on time, I'm going to bring you up and you're going to let loose, okay? But as of right now, I have a meeting in 7 minutes. You motherfuckers are going to keep me here for 7 hours if I don't cut it right now. Okay, so for those of you guys in the audience, definitely just hit the tweet at the very top of the space, follow the instructions. But I want to encourage you, make sure you follow my co-host Goldie, my man Jonathan, Mooditer, Xerxes, everybody that's added something to this conversation, give them a follow. Whether you agree with them or don't agree with them, doesn't really matter. And for every single one of you guys, make sure you're here tomorrow. I'm going to tweet the space out right after I end this space, but I got to do what I got to do. I got a lot of work to do. So that being said, tomorrow, we're going to bring this MFR back. Okay. Tomorrow, oh my God, Lord have mercy. In the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, definitely follow the speakers. Give the people you agree with, disagree with, whatever. Just give them all a follow. Show some love with one another. And tomorrow we're going to break it down. Once again, Iran, Baluchistan, Kurdistan, a lot of popcornistan. You understand what I'm saying? Appreciate you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow.
If you want to maintain the territory of the IRGC,
I be talking to myself, and I know you even notice. She got me feeling like a zombie, and she did shoot like Chuck Norris. The way she put that body down, you got me falling truly. I just touched down, and I see you now. Serving on the phone, calling you tonight. I wanna make you feel, make me know the fight. I don't want to sleep alone, wanna hold you tight. Stop for my eyes, but I'll be alright.